This podcast encourages and empowers you to create your own unique real story, develop your own unique real statement, and discover your own unique real self. The power is yours. Good night, Meghann Conter. How are you doing on this wonderful, beautiful night?
Spectacular, thank you.
It's a great pleasure to connect with you. What part of the world are you in right now?
Denver, Colorado.
Sweet. Love
Yes.
it. I heard it's cold.
Right now it is, but usually we fluctuate anywhere between 20 and about 65 degrees Fahrenheit this time of year.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
All right. Well, do tell us which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this specific time in history.
I am a skilled marketing and branding strategist and a master connector. And really, I'm on a mission to get more women-owned businesses to the $1 million revenue mark and well beyond.
Ooh, love that. Did you have that written down or did you say that off the top of your head?
From the top of my head.
Wow, well, that's great. So who did you learn that skill from, that ability to communicate your message?
Well, I do a lot of the strengths assessments and personality assessments. And so woo is my top strength, followed by connectedness. And then my third is communication. So I am skilled in communication easily. It's fun for me and comes very easily. So
tell us about woo, please. Tell us for those who don't know.
Yes, woo is winning others over. So I see it as a blessing and a curse in many ways. Because I'm not satisfied when someone doesn't like me. It's very difficult for me.
It's intriguing how these things work, right? But I think the core of it is achieving balance, like giving yourself grace, isn't it?
Absolutely. There's no doubt. And it's also self-awareness and realizing when I am really trying too hard to win someone over and when it's really more about my own self-love and the fact that I'm more important in some cases.
Look at you. Wow, that's great. Well said. So is there someone in your family who has a similar type of personality?
In my family, I would say that my mom is pretty close. She's definitely, if she's not woo, she has something to do with relationships. So she's definitely got top relationship strengths, no doubt.
I'm wondering, on the disc profile, are you familiar with that?
Yes. I'm a high I followed by a D.
All right. So let's get this going then. Let me not take too much of your time. So tell me, where's the best place for someone that's listening to connect with you, who is intrigued by what you do, helping other businesswomen get to that $1 million mark?
Yes, I have two businesses. One that I've had for the last 10 years. I'm known as the Mistress of Marketing, and that's a fun and playful name. My website is myname.com, so that's megannconter.com, and I'm sure that'll be in your show notes because my name is spelled very funky. And the other way is the Dames. Thedames.co is my newest baby, which is in its infancy at this point, but we are a nationwide virtual membership community connecting women who run 6- and 7-figure businesses, along with those who are in director, VP, and C-suite roles at large corporations and nonprofits. And so at the Dames, we do laughter-filled events here in Colorado and soon to be in other states. And we have a virtual membership community that anyone can join basically from anywhere in the world who does qualify. So there's an application process. And in that community, we do a lot of connecting, obviously. We do virtual happy hours, which is just as it sounds. Women getting on Zoom with 20, 30 other people, getting to know, like, and trust one another to develop quality relationships. And we do virtual trainings for these women as well as connect them with 7-figure mentors. So women who are running 7-figure businesses that give us their keys to success and their secrets.
That's amazing. Wow. Great ideas. Wow. Pretty
I love
intriguing. Yeah. Is that event at the Red Rocks?
Oh, I wish. Someday.
I guess, yeah.
That's good. I like that. That's a good aspiration. We actually have a beautiful venue downtown in Denver, and then we're also up in Fort Collins, and soon we'll be in Colorado Springs. And then we're launching into chapters in other states this year too.
That's wonderful. Well done. Well done. Well, tell me one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years, please.
Yes, I would say that my own self practice is one thing I would like to mention that I've done consistently. So I am an avid meditator and journaler and self improvement junkie, for a lack of a better term. I really enjoy consistently diving into my own journey and really learning how I can get even more out of this life and how I can love myself more and love others more and live this life fully.
Why would you suggest other people do that as well?
Did you say, why would I suggest that?
Yes.
Yes. I believe that there's really a lot around us often that can bring us down. And certainly, anyone who pays attention to the news, this planet can be pretty heavy and this human experience can be pretty heavy. And the more self-love we can really find and activate and ignite, that just means that our vessel is full so that we can turn around and help fill others. And that, to me, is really where I started feeling like I live life at a better, let's say, in a better way, was about 8 years ago when I started this self-love journey. And I can't tell people enough how important it is to love yourself, get connected to your own intuition, your own higher power, whatever it is that you want to call it, but make sure that you're tapping into that greater knowledge, that oneness that exists out there. And that's where you find the bliss, joy, and love that exists at all times.
Amazing audience, you're hearing it live from Meghann Conter. Again, you can connect with her at meghannconter.com. Meghann, let's switch gears for a moment now. Let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Meghann, what is your earliest childhood memory?
I remember being about 3 years old and being with my parents at Mesa Verde, which is down south of where I live, about 5-6 hours. It's an old, ancient Native American ruins, and it has been there for, my history is terrible, but thousands of years. And I remember leaving one of my dolls there and being very sad. But I definitely remember being at Mesa Verde exploring with my parents.
Why do you think this memory is so clear?
Because it reminds me of my desire and ability to explore this world, and that is something that really fuels me on a consistent basis, and that I have these vivid memories of the places that I've been, and that is something that I really value and cherish.
How did you feel when you left the door? What went on there?
I think it was probably that I was honestly distracted by everything that was around me and all there was to play with. And so I let her, put her down and then walked away. And I think it was at that point when we realized that I had left her, we were already, several hours away from Mesa Verde, so we couldn't go back and get it. But I was just definitely distracted by all the beauty that was around me.
How do you see that memory connecting to who you are today?
I guess it's kind of interesting because I'm also an Enneagram 7. So we are the enthusiast and we love to explore the world. We love to, be in a lot of different places. So for me, it's this constant practice also of being present and of grounding myself in the present moment so that I don't get distracted by things, but that I instead am able to really give my full attention to everything that is around me in that present moment.
That's pretty intriguing. Wow. Can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind?
Please.
I think there's another spin that we can look at life from that gives us the opportunity to let go with grace. And it's really intriguing how the theme of tonight's conversation, so the last two conversations before yours. It's amazing the theme that's
Mhm.
achieved. And I mean, it's in different places. Those two people were in New Jersey, but I'm really intrigued.
Synchronicity.
Yeah, it's the exact word I said, and it's amazing because it's recorded. I said I love synchronicity, but yeah, I'm really intrigued that, and I would say that some things that seem to be a mistake sometimes were meant to be, and leaving the doll, or I mean, just like for everything that went on, like I metaphorically I'm speaking here. What if the doll was supposed to be left?
Yes.
And I think that then opens you up to an amazing space of forgiving yourself and even loving yourself, as you said, which is very important. Well, you know what? I think that doll was supposed to remain there. And then
Yes.
I move on. And I think
And who
within
knows-
life, that's important.
Yes, and who knows who else that doll could have brought joy to.
Exactly. And then you
Mhm.
move on. All right, my friend. All right. So
you.
you're welcome. If we fast forward to when you were 12 years old, what was your favorite song?
It was the song called Landslide by Fleetwood Mac.
All right, all right. Well, we've arrived at our destination. But before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form. So it's yes or no. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready, Meghann?
Yes.
Meghann, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Yes.
Are you married?
Yes.
Do you have children?
Yes.
Do you believe in God?
Yes.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Yes.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
No.
How about 3 hours a week?
Yes.
What about screen time, the phone and the computer? Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
Probably less.
If you had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents who you are, Meghann Conter, what would you say that is?
All is love, and I am love.
Ooh, love it. All is love, and I am love. Meghann, this was such a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
For some reason, believe in yourself, trust in yourself, and trust in your inner knowing is what's coming up for me to share.
Love it. Meghann, this was such a great pleasure again. Thank you for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Thank you so much, Angel.
You're welcome.
This segment has been brought to you by Amazel Enterprise.